Howdy folks, Jambareeqi here. The interesting thing about Dreamworks animated shorts is that most of them are spin-offs or holiday specials starring their movie's characters. Only a couple of them are actually original. And in this video, I'm going to be counting down my personal top 5 favourite Dreamworks animated shorts. The rules are simple: as long as it's below 45 minutes long and was produced by Dreamworks Animation, it's a Dreamworks animated short. It doesn't matter where it was released: theatres, television, the internet, straight to video. So sit back and relax into a crescent moon under the starry sky as we begin the countdown. Number 5. Bilby. A little Bilby is trying to survive on its own in the world, struggling to gather food while avoiding predators. It then finds a helpless baby bird and suddenly becomes its protector. This short was produced by the same staff who worked on the abandoned Dreamworks feature film Larrykins, and it really shows the potential that Larrykins could have had as a feature film. The character animation is incredibly intelligent and well timed, making the Bilby's babysitting job both funny and sympathetic. Parents can totally relate to the Bilby in this short, because they know how stressful it can be to look after something innocent and vulnerable in a world full of possible dangers. But the real heart of this cartoon is how the Bilby has to remind himself why it's looking after the baby bird. Just one look at its adorable face and it remembers why it's all worth it. The lengths that this Bilby goes to defend this creature while worrying about its own survival makes for a lovely story of compassion, with the short ending on a beautiful note, showing the grown-up bird remaining friends with the Bilby that briefly raised it. Number 4. Monsters vs. Aliens, Mutant Pumpkins from Outer Space. After an alien saucer flushes toxic slime onto a farmer's crop, mutant pumpkins are created. They attack Modesto in great numbers, and each can grow in size if they eat candy. It's up to the monsters to defeat these evil intergalactic pumpkins, but the team are distracted by Halloween celebrations. It's hard to not get into the spirit of the spooky season when watching this special, with all the characters having their own personal reasons for being into the festivities of October, whether it's childhood nostalgia, a chance to scare people, or simply the sweet taste of candy. There are 2 Monsters vs. Aliens Halloween specials, and I have to say that this one is my favourite. It takes the same idea as Attack of the Killer Carrots and expands it into something far more imaginative. The mutant pumpkins are creepy enough to scare kids a little, but not give them nightmares, each being nasty little menaces with awesome sci-fi horror designs. And they become quite intimidating once they all fuse together into a giant humanoid beast. I love that this villain is defeated by turning its desire for candy into a weakness, by forcing it to overeat sugar until it gets too sick to fight. It's a clever approach to taking advantage of the creature's cravings, and a unique way to teach kids to not eat too much candy. But what I love the most about Mutant Pumpkins from Outer Space is how it's consistently funny. Each joke is hilarious and as satisfying as getting a trick-or-treat candy from your neighbours.
Oh my gosh, it's Shrek! Honey, bring the camera. Say cheese.
I'm not even a huge fan of the Monsters vs. Aliens franchise, and yet this special managed to win me over with its fun creativity, family-friendly scares, and snappy comedy. Number 3. Scaredrekless. This anthology pits Shrek and his friends against each other in a contest to tell the best scary story, and the winner will be crowned the King of Halloween. The world of Shrek is so perfect for a Halloween special, because fairy tales have very dark origins, and were originally designed to scare kids into behaving. Scaredrekless finds a great balance of witty dark humour and wholesome horror to inspire its collection of spooky tales. It's very self-aware and goofy, but there's also some imagery that might frighten kids for their entertainment. There's lots of fun to be had, whether we're watching the gingerbread man face a girlfriend of his nightmares in Bride of Gingy.
Maybe I'm not pretty enough. I can be pretty, really pretty. The girl of your dreams.
Puss and Donkey paying tribute to Hitchcock's Psycho featuring Prince Charming.
That's right. It was all a dream.
You mean a nightmare? You know you're on the ceiling, right?
I will get you for this.
Or Shrek parodying The Exorcist with Pinocchio.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Now there's something you don't see every day.
I'll admit that the Shrek's assist is the weakest of the 3, because Exorcist parodies have been done to death, and Dreamworks don't really do anything new with it. But the twist of Pinocchio was really just hearing the voice of his conscience Jiminy Cricket in his head is pretty funny. The cherry on top has to be how the scary stories are being told in the abandoned castle of Duloc, which gives an exciting horror twist to the kingdom we remember from the first movie.
Let's do that again.
No!
The castle itself is the perfect setting for the competition, giving our narrators a gothic backdrop to tell their tales in front of, while also fitting the Halloween atmosphere. But I also love that we're led to believe that Lord Farquaad's ghost is haunting the building, only to reveal it's Shrek's family pulling a prank. That's both really cute and perfect for getting everyone into the Halloween spirit. Number 2. Megamind, the Button of Doom. When Megamind decides to sell all of his evil gadgets from his villain days in a yard sale, he ends up finding a Button of Doom from an old scheme he planned, which releases a giant Megamind robot that's been programmed to destroy Metro Man, and it mistakes Megamind for Metro Man. This is way more than a simple action cartoon about a superhero fighting a giant robot. It has a purpose in the Megamind storyline that expands on his character by forcing him to internally explore his feelings about taking over Metro Man's role. Since his villain weapons have been sold away for retirement purposes, he's much less armed and prepared to fight his enemy, relying a lot on a supersuit that doesn't fit his own combat dynamic. Megamind comes to realize that just because his values and principles have changed, doesn't mean that his style of costume, fighting tactics, or identity have to be dramatically altered to match the wholesome Metro Man. His villain persona can be redefined for good and justice.
Are you in the mood for a slice of hero pie? Only if it comes Allah explodes!
It doesn't matter how he goes about saving the day, as long as no innocent civilians get hurt and the villain is successfully defeated. Not to mention, the giant robot itself is a deep reflection of Megamind's dark history, because it's been designed to represent his villain ego, so Megamind is basically confronting his own past as a physical threat, which makes the whole battle very personal.
Talk about a crushing defeat! The old evil me is so annoying!
This is a brilliant spin-off of a popular Dreamworks feature film that serves as a fantastic extension to Megamind's character arc from villain to hero. Number 1. Kung Fu Panda Holiday. An important traditional feast is going to be held for the Kung Fu Masters, and Po is being asked to host this lavish event. But he's very overwhelmed by the pressure of too many responsibilities and wishes he could spend the holidays with his dad. There's so much that I love about this special. It's a wonderful festive treat that I regret not watching sooner. Po's job as a host inspires a really relatable story of juggling multiple tasks at once, and how one person can only do so much at the same time. It's a short that uses the holiday season to dissect the theme of tradition. The feast for the Kung Fu Masters may look elegant and magnificent, but it's also cold, emotionless, sterile, and everyone looks nervous. What's the point of doing something annually if the guests seem uncomfortable taking part? This is what our characters have to come to learn, that the perfect holiday celebration doesn't have to be literally perfect. It just needs to bring people together to share their love and enjoy each other's company. I love how Po admits to this epiphany in a respectful but honest way.
It's just such an honor to be here with all you guys. My heroes. But every feast, my dad and I spend all day cooking together, and the whole neighborhood shows up, and it gets really loud and crazy, and my Uncle Yang ends up laughing so hard noodles spurt out his nose.
I'd like to see that.
Me too.
While Shifu comes to realize what makes a traditional special and worth doing.
Then the crocodile thief pounce. Peekaboo!
I'm gonna get you.
Oh, Paul! I got you, Dad.
This is perfect.
Even though this is a very small Dreamworks project, it's amazing how much effort went into making it look really great. The layout of the feast is breathtaking, the montage of Po multitasking is an inventive visual sequence, but best of all, the festive winter backdrops are truly beautiful to look at. Kung Fu Panda Holiday isn't just my favourite Dreamworks animation short, it's also one of my favourite holiday specials too. A delightful film that challenges the point of tradition while also celebrating the heart of the winter season. I really, really love it. So those are my choices for the top 5 best Dreamworks animated shorts. What are yours? Let me know in the comment section below. I've been Jambareeqi and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then feel free to like, subscribe and share. Cheerio folks!